guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. Well, all smiles over here. I am with Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help me keep a smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go. The nugget today is being overweight. But before I get to running my mouth, let's go and do what? Check in this manifestation jar, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay? Let's see. I pulled out one, and that one says wet pay off home. We'll take that all day long. Congratulations. Listen, being overweight is okay. Wait a minute, nutritionists, do not throw that tomato at me. Do not change the channel. Trust me, keep watching. It's going to make sense. Being overweight, like I was saying, is okay as long as you're overweight in the right place. Here's the thing. When we're not all the way aligned and connected, what happens? The mind, body, ego is leading, right? And when the mind, body, and ego is leading, what gets hungry? What gets hungry? Just get an appetite all of a sudden, right? It's the lust of the flesh. And that lust of the flesh starts saying, what? Feed me. Feed me. I want some of this and some of that. Give me extra of that. Yeah, pile that on thick. Pile it on thick. Yeah, I want a lot of that. I want a lot of that. And everything that the lust of the flesh is asking you to feed it, it's all contrary to who you are at core. But when you're not aligned and connected, what do? You feed it. You feed it so much to where you become overweight in that particular place of your what? Lust of the flesh. And then what? You end up having symptoms. What kind of symptoms? One day you're sad. One day you're depressed. One day you're doubtful. One day you're fearful. One day you can't trust nobody. Then another day you can't even trust yourself. The next day you judging everybody. Then the next day you judging yourself. You don't know that the best is yet to come. You don't know that God got your back. You don't know that everything is working out for your good. You're just over there in that space of the lust of the flesh, and you stuck there. You're stuck there. Your money is acting funny. Your change is looking strange, right? Everything around you is just out of order. And when people see you coming, you all lopsided. You may not be walking lopsided like this, but when they see you coming, they know something off. They know something is off with you. They say, "Ooh, she out of order. Ooh, he out of order. What's going on with them?" You could be all dressed up, but people could still see it. By the way you're responding to things, by the way you're reacting to things, by the way you're looking at things, by the way you're doing everything, they can see that you off, you walking and looking like this. You're out of order. But you know you can get rid of that, right? You know you can fix this whole thing that you're in right now, walking like this. Yeah, you can fix that. You can fix that. You can fix that. What do you have to do? You know what I'm going to say. First of all, you got to stop feeding that lust of the flesh. Which means what? You got to put the mind, body, ego into submission. And the only way to do that is for you to do what? Get all the way aligned and connected, which means what? God is at the forefront of your life, moving in the through the shape and see within your journey with some what? Clarity. And when you have that clarity, what happens? You begin to feed the spirit man. Yes, and the spirit man is who? God at core. At first you was lopsided like this, right? You was all lopsided. But as you begin to feed your spirit man, what happens? Exactly. Yes. Keep feeding that spirit man. Keep feeding God. Yes. In other words, continue allowing God to lead in your life. And before you know it, what? Balance will be restored. But guess what? You can't stop at balance. You can't stop at neck and neck with the lust of the flesh and being over here with God. You can't stop at being right here. No. You got to keep on feeding it. Yes, you got to keep on feeding it. Because why? The more you get overweight in God, get to that obese level. I mean, get really heavy and deep. Be like that 1,000 pound kind of stuff. My 600 light kind of stuff in God. You know what I'm talking about? Once you get like that, that means you outweigh this over here, which is the lust of the flesh, which means what? You could overthrow that thing. Yes, you can. Have you ever got on a seesaw with somebody way bigger than you? You know what I'm talking about. Well, you control things. They get on there and say, let's seesaw together. And you get on there and you know you bigger than them. And you sit down and now they're just up in the air. Legs dangling. Let me down. And you can decide if you're going to let them down or not. Like, no, I'm comfortable right here. That's what you got to outweigh. You have to outweigh the mind, body, ego. Which means what? You'll be able to outweigh the lust of the flesh. And then you won't find yourself in a whole lot of mess. Ooh, isn't that good? I'm going to see if I can say it again. So you got to outweigh the lust of the flesh. Then you won't be caught up in a whole lot of mess. You won't be. You will not be. Why? Because God will be greater, and you will be seeing through God's eyes, hearing through his ears, and sensing the way he sensed. So if your physical eyes show you something crazy, from the mind, body, and ego, right? You'll be able to debunk it. You'll be able to debunk it. And your symptoms that you'll now have, because what? You're overweight in God, will be blissful. You'll be happy, joyous, peaceful. Your money will be on point, okay? Yeah, your love life will be on point. Your kids will be on point. Because when you get in alignment, everything that's with you going to have to get in alignment. It is. You just got to be serious enough to put that mind, body, ego into submission and become overweight in God. So when you're in that place of being overweight, then your life is bliss. Not to mention, don't y'all know, because body-wise, I can tell y'all that, and y'all probably have noticed it over the years and whatnot, that I have been overweight here and there and everywhere every once in a while. You know what I mean? Maybe once or twice, 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? Been overweight. But I realized when you are overeating, just eating and eating and eating, this wise, not the lust of the flesh, but just your flesh, doesn't that tell you something that you don't have any control over that? Doesn't that sound like the lust of the flesh? If your mind, body, and your ego is telling you you need that, you need it, but you know, no, I don't. I don't need that. I'm not really hungry. But you do it anyway. That's fulfilling the lust of the flesh, because it's getting you out of the perfection that God wants you in, health-wise. God wants you to live. He wants you to live and be in a space of being healthy so that you can enjoy everything that He has called to you. You can't really enjoy things that God has called to you when you are super duper overweight. Your legs bothering, your back cracking, and everything is just aching and stuff because you're too overweight. I can talk about this because I know something about that. I told you I've been overweight once and twice, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 100 times. I have. And I'm a snippet overweight right now. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's the thing. You got to be moving forward in the direction where God wants you to be. And when you're moving forward in that means you're letting God lead, which means what? Everything about you will begin to come into alignment. From your weight, your body weight, yeah. From your money, yeah. Your love life with your husband and your wife or whatnot, with your kids, right? Your position at work, you've been an entrepreneur. A whole lot of stuff will begin to what? Get in alignment. But the only way it'll be able to get in alignment once you do what? When you outweigh. You got to outweigh spiritually. Oh, hopefully this ain't going to be a long one, y'all. I'm almost at 8 minutes. But when you outweigh the lust of the flesh, the mind, body, ego, spiritually, then you'll be able to grab control of your destiny. Have control of how things are going to be in your life according to what God has ordained it to be. And there will be nothing else trying to persuade you, even if it's coming through people, places, and things, to try to manipulate you into something. You be like, no, because you do know people will come and manipulate you based on their lust of the flesh. Their lust of the flesh may desire for you not to be successful. And what they'll do, they'll try to come into your world and suggest this and suggest that and try to get you away from the will that God has you going in. And that's a lust of the flesh. Lust of the flesh doesn't mean it got to be your lust of your flesh. It could be the lust of somebody else's flesh. And if you allow the lust of somebody else's flesh to come in and dictate to you, to feed it, because when you feed it to somebody else, you feed it of you too. Because you are the one that's what? Being diminished in that process. And is there anything diminishing about God? Of course not. Of course not. So listen, get overweight in the spirit. Feed your spirit man. Because if some of y'all are over there like how it used to be, well, you're looking anorexic in the spirit, but you walking like this in the lust of the flesh, all got a wobble to you. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. You got a wobble to you? Then listen, you're going to have to change to the other side. Start feeding your spirit man so that you can really enjoy this life. Enjoy this life of bliss. And this life of bliss, being overweight in God, guess what? A whole lot of stuff come with that. I told y'all, gave y'all some symptoms of that. I did. But you know what else comes with that? Whew. Extreme knowledge. Extreme knowledge and wisdom and revelation. Yes. you begin to stir up those gifts that God, like, I feel like I want to, I didn't say call it a mellow out. I feel like I want to, I look good from here on up doing it. But if I stand up and try to do it, I know it's going, I'm looking kind of crazy now. But God will begin to stir up those gifts that he's placed in you. And everybody have gifts. And when you've been given a gift, it doesn't mean that you deserve it. That was just given to you. Because God knows that you can handle it when you get overweight in the right place, which is in him. So get the feed in your spirit, man, so you can enjoy this life. The life that God has planned and ordained for you, okay? I hope y'all got this thing. But if you didn't, rewind and watch again, because I got to think about that thing. I was like, overweight? What do you mean being overweight? It's okay to be overweight. I was like, God, I'm trying to shed a few pounds right now. What you talking about? And he was like, okay. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. Yeah. Let your spirit man be overweight. Think about that. My 600-pound life, you want to be like overweight, obese like that in God. And let your lust of the flesh, mind, body, ego be anorexic, okay? Let it be ribs over there. You don't want to see them but ribs, just bones. You don't want no weight on that, no weight on it. Because like I said, when you're overweight in God, then what? You can overpower that flesh, the lust of the flesh. All right, y'all, let me go because I started talking again. But if you didn't get this thing, like I said, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the masculine smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Remember, overweight is okay as long as you're overweight in the right place. And that's in who? In God, which is at your wet core. All right. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.